You sleeping?
I'm sitting there waiting for you guys, man.
Oh, we've been watching you fucking laying in the bed for like 5 minutes now.
Hey guys, you're
Hey, ass all up in the air. Like, what is he trying to show us? You were knocked out, weren't you?
No.
He said he probably tried to log on 10 minutes ago. Said, let me just put this here.
I'm early. I'm early. What up?
Can you see me?
What's up, bro?
Huh?
Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you. Yeah. What's up, guys? We got William
Hey,
here today.
it's mute. I can't hear you.
No, we're not muted.
I can't make this any louder.
You gotta unmute your board.
Me?
Can you hear us?
I hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We
You?
can hear you too.
Fine.
Okay, good.
Everything's fine. All right, so what's new, guys?
What's happening?
I was
Out
just
here.
talking to William. Chris was there too. We just talked about the Fibo. Said that we got to say that the Fibo is back. Saturday
Back?
was a sold out crowd. There was no tickets available for Saturday. You know? And, I didn't even make it upstairs into to walk through. I was downstairs in our hall. The show was a huge success. It was jam packed. So I didn't even get a chance to go anywhere.
How does that
But
work with you with the ticket sales and all that shit?
Say what?
How does that work with you with ticket sales and all that stuff?
For the show, we didn't sell any tickets. It was free to everybody that visited the Fibo.
That's what I mean. Like I was wondering how did that work or whatever.
No. We had no tickets. It was, if you're in the Fibo, you get in for free. We even had athletes. We got barcodes for the athletes and coaches. So they didn't even have to pay for the Fibo, so they got in for free.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What do you estimate? How many people come to Germany for that? 100,000?
You mean for
Fibo.
Well,
For
Thursday, Friday is only for retailers, for for distributors, gyms and so on. Saturday, Sunday is open to the public, and I think they expected about 80,000 Saturday, Sunday.
Jesus Christ.
It was packed.
Yeah, it was a lot, man.
Yeah, if they would do it open to the public for all 4 days, it would be crazy.
Yeah, I think so too.
But they do it like back in the 90s that posing like we did in a Wiener booth, like you have every couple of hours you have to come out.
Not
No.
anymore. Since especially not since we had the show. So our deal was we had the show, so we built the stage downstairs in hall. You remember, Chris, you've been there, William, and I think Milos, you've been to the Köln Messe too, right?
Yeah.
Well, when you come into the probably east, where the Radisson Blue is and the Rent Hotel, you walk into the east entrance, and then you scan your code or whatever. You go up the escalators, then you make a left, and then you go up another escalator, and then you're in hall 10.2.
Yeah.
And that's where all the exhibit. I mean, there's 12 halls. We'll just talk about one hall right now with all the supplement companies. It's the most busiest hall. And I was right. Instead of going up the escalator to 10.2, you can go down the escalators to 10.1, and we had that hall for the show. So it was crazy.
But Dennis, you look healthy, thank God. I mean,
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, I thought I was this close to fucking dying.
holy shit.
I don't want to say it, but it felt like it. Let's put it this way. I felt like I was fucking dying. Because I went to the Fibo Thursday. I drove up there Thursday morning. Let me back up a little. Before I even left the States when did I leave?
Tuesday?
I left Sunday before. So already 2 days prior, I didn't really have an appetite. But I was fine. Just lower back pain. Lower back pain. Which comes and goes with me forever anyways. So then I come over here to Germany and still no appetite. Usually I can't wait to get here to get the, the pretzels and the PREJUDGING and get the real stuff.
Corn
And I had
schnitzel.
no appetite whatsoever. By the way, I'm down to 220, finally.
220. Wow.
Yeah, 220 from 237 or 238 in the last week.
Man.
So I was I didn't feel, I had no appetite. So I drove up to the Fibo on Thursday. We had registration all day Friday. I was still fine. I just felt, back pain. It started moving up to the mid, from the lower up to the mid back. And then Saturday, we had the show. I was still on stage giving out awards. I was doing everything, but I felt it. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel right at all. And then Saturday after the show, the real pain set in. I mean, like, when you have back muscle spasm continuously, where your back, where you can't help but make a stupid face.
Yeah.
For like 4 or 5 seconds, then it relaxes again, and then he comes back. I couldn't sleep. When you're in pain, you have no appetite anyways. So Saturday night, I didn't sleep at all. It all started to get bad when I found out that we had put my dog down. That'll set it all off. So, and Sunday, we had the second day of the show. I drove to the Fibo, I had access to go all the way to the hall, to the gate, or to the back door where I can just walk in. I couldn't even fucking walk in there. I drove there, I parked in front of the fucking door, and I stayed there until the show was over. I didn't even get out of the car. And everybody kept telling me, go to the hospital, go to the hospital. I said, the last thing I want to do is go to a fucking hospital 4 hours away from where my parents are and my family. What am I going to do? And I would have ended up in the hospital up there. So I drove myself back. I came home, fucking didn't even unpack. I called my nephew. I said, please come here and take my shit out of the car, because I couldn't even fucking lift anything. I could barely walk. And then I told him to take me to the hospital. That was it. I was in there Sunday to Friday.
Man,
Yeah.
feeling like you're gonna die. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
But
I was
bro,
like, what the fuck is going on? And it's, I was talking to Nico, I'm trying to find the English word of what it was. I mean, I had pneumonia, but also pleurisy. Nobody knows what pleurisy is, right?
I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. It's when the lining, I don't remember. Nico looked it up. I know it in German. In Germany, it's called Rippenfellentzündung. Rippenfell, and this is where the pain comes from, because you can't breathe, you can't cough, you can't do nothing. So painful, At the end of the day, I got better quick. Thank God that the antibiotics, kicked in. And he said, because they said, we're going to try this one. If this doesn't work, we're going to have to use something stronger. And the ones that they tried in the beginning, that one helped. So I'm still not 100%, but I guess this is going to take a couple of more weeks for me to be 100%. You know what I'm saying?
About 80.
Huh?
You look good, man.
I didn't cough until I left the hospital. I wasn't coughing until I left the hospital. Since I left the hospital, I'm coughing. But at least I can cough and I don't have pain while I'm coughing. You know what I'm saying?
Good,
So what
brother.
else is new? Chris, you got a little European tour, man. What's happening?
Oh man, it's just
Let's get to that. Let's talk about William. We got William here as a special guest. William, my question to you is question, and then I'm gonna let these guys take over a little bit because more. My question to you is, because we had a conversation when you guest posed in Germany a couple of weeks out from when you looked fucking incredible. Incredible. I mean, I told everybody, I said, fucking William is on his way, because you looked unbelievable. And I remember I took pictures. Not only did I see you, I took pictures backstage of you.
And I was even worried that I wasn't fit enough.
What?
I said I was worried that I wasn't looking good enough backstage when you was taking the photos. Yeah, I like.
You didn't like yourself?
No, bro. Until I saw the pictures later, I saw the pictures. I was like, oh, okay, but
but that's
at that time,
who
I couldn't see it.
You're not one of those guys that think they're much better than they really are. So I people like you that think they always see something. I'm not happy. Then people that said they post a picture that look like garbage and they think they look like fucking flicks. You know what I'm saying? So, but then you went to the Olympia. You didn't do as well as you wanted to. You know,
No, man, not at
I don't know
all.
what happened. I'm going to say the same thing I say with Rami. I'm not sure what happened.
Bro, that
It wasn't
like
the same Willie.
no, of course not. Listen, I'm so embarrassed, brother. Like I'm so embarrassed to even look at those pictures from the
Mhm.
Olympia. I've only seen one of them. And when somebody likes, mostly when people like fair supporters post a picture of me, I will always like post it like in my stories, you understand? But this one,
Yeah.
I can't even look at it, you know. I just
You don't even
skip
repost
it.
shit no more.
I skip it because I'm not. I look at myself and I'm like, nah, man, it was like the worst showcasing of my career. You know, I look shit over there. You understand? To be honest with you, some people say, yeah, you could have placed high. I'm saying, are you crazy? I'm happy with the placing I got. I'm lucky even to get there. You understand? So, yeah, I didn't look good at all.
What I'd like to know is what was going through your mind. Did you feel that things were not right, or did you think that
I felt it. I felt it. I felt it like I think when I got in Vegas. I think a day or two, you know, I saw like things was not as it was when I was back home. I was just like the moment I left home, it was just going backwards.
You think this
According to,
think this could have been the nerves? Because you think you thought going into the show, you thought this is you make it or break it.
yes, definitely. Like
You
before I
think the
left
nerves
even.
got the better off you a
Excuse
little
me?
bit? You think the
Excuse me?
nerves got the better of you a little bit?
That's the problem. I don't have these issues.
Oh,
You know, like I don't have these issues with the
yeah.
you know, so no, I really don't have these issues. I think the first year, maybe the first or maybe even the second year as well, I had these problems with the, you know, after that, like I was so used to it, you know, when I get to a show, I'm so comfortable as it can be. You know, I don't stress myself at all. So like I'm like really chill, you know, right before the shows. It's so I can't see that as a problem, you know. No. I can't see
Okay,
that
so
as a
now
problem.
you for you this was basically
I
you want
think like the
you want to forget
finishing
about this
touch.
Olympia. You want this Olympia out of your system. You don't even want to think about
Bro, I don't know, man. I don't even look at those pictures, man. Really, honestly,
it.
I
So
just
what
feel
made you
embarrassed.
turn around? What made you turn around and say, "Fuck it, I'm going for the Arnold now"?
Um, you know, I wanted to support Arnold because they didn't have much athletes coming, you know, and I told them like long before that I wasn't going to do the show, you know, and I just wanted to support him, you know, and like of course I could use the money as well, definitely, you know, and I just wanted, maybe I thought like, okay, maybe if I prep a little bit longer, you know, maybe I can, you know, still get that physique back. And you know, I did, you understand? But once I get on stage again, it just like last week, everything like it's just last 2 weeks actually, it started to decline. Yeah, so maybe I'm just too early, you know, with peaking. You know, that's what I had in mind. Like maybe I'm too early with peaking, or maybe I should skip those last process, you know,
But
with the water.
the year before, the Arnold, the year before, you were fucking unbelievable.
The Arnold before is, to be honest with you, is thanks to Leo and longevity. I'm gonna be honest with you, he was the one that was behind it from 14, 12 weeks out.
I
And
thought you
then
were
because
working with Chat though.
no, I wasn't even working with Leo. We just became friends. You know, he was like, I was worried about my health, of course, you know, and you know, he convinced me to do certain things, certain tests. I did it, you know, quite expensive, but you know, it really gave me some insight about what's going on inside of me, you know, and that gave me the confidence that I could go on for another 10 years, because I was always worried like, man, you know, I'm getting older, and you know, it's been a long time, and you know, I see my other colleagues and I don't want to follow that footstep. You understand? I got kids, you know, so I can't be irresponsible and just think about myself. So that was my most concern. And then he took that concern away, you know, and then we did it on the way he prepped me was a totally different way, you know, and a lot of like, I don't know, I felt so comfortable in my prep, and I was just growing, you know, I was just growing without eating much, and I was getting leaner, you know, like, you know, growing into your prep like I always used to. And then he told me honestly, like the last 6 weeks or 7 weeks, he told me like, okay, the last 5 weeks, we need to find someone, you know, a coach, because I'm not confident. I never done this before. So he wasn't confident, you know, to get me, you know, like, you know, with the cutting stuff, with the cutting stuff.
To dial you into the show.
Yes, to dial me into the show. So we were naming, like, we had Henry Rambert, you know, we couldn't reach him. We tried to reach out to him. We reached out to him. He didn't reply on time. We reached out to or he didn't reply at all. We reached out to Chet, you know, and then Chet, I think a few days later, Chet came back, you know, with a reply, yeah, I want to help you out. And that's how it started. So Leo was the man who was like behind my whole prep. And the last 5 weeks, you know, 6 weeks, we contact Chet. And the last 5 weeks, I started to work with Chet, you know. So it was like the last 5 weeks, you know, the dialing, you know, was Chet's job. But we didn't change much, you know, because he didn't want to change too much, you know, that he could, like, you know, messed up the physique. So, but with the diet, you know, like with the diet, he changed a few things, and yeah, and the supplementation, a little few things, you know, and yeah.
So what was different though from what you did for the 22 Arnold compared to the 23?
22 Arnold compared. That's the what did we do different? No, ik kijk wat bij zegt voor dingen. Ja, ik kom zo. Ja,
Hello.
Twee tellen. Yeah. What we did different was I think because the last show I did an off season last year, and I never did off season before with Chad, and it was quite long, you know, and like I invested a lot of money into it. I did things that I never done before, you know, just to get my weight up. We managed to do that, and his advice was not to do the Arnold, you know, because of the long prep that I had, so not to do the Arnold.
The body was
you know.
probably tired.
Yes, you know, so, and I wanted, you know, I was like, you know, I already gave them my word to do the Arnold, you understand? So that was the case. So it was like, at that time, Leo was alive. So Leo's suggestion was like, okay, you can do the Arnold, because I showed my blood test, but he told me, like, after the Arnold, immediately we have to start, you know, working on the, you know, some stuff, some, you know, issues. So during the prep, we took out of the, how you say, the autos. You know, normally we work with the autos from 10 weeks out, you know, and this time we didn't do none of that, you know, just the most important thing.
Is there a specific reason for that?
Excuse me?
Was there a specific reason why you choose not to use any orals?
Yes, because I was like, I felt like I was too long on prep, and I did a blood test. My blood test was okay. Just my kidney was a little bit like, you know, inflammation. And that was the reason why I was like, listen, I don't want to get it worse, you know, so from here and no further, you know, so that was the main reason. Yeah.
But don't you think, like, when you do tests after a competition, like, your numbers are going to be a little
off anyways? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, you know, I know that, but with me, like, when I see this stuff, it still concerns me. Even though, like, oh, it's okay, like, it still concerns me, you know. So instead of like going all the way into it, I would take a step back then, you know. So that's what I did, and I don't regret it, you know. I don't regret it.
I wish everybody would think like you. I really do. I really wish everybody would think like you, because this, you know, listen, we got to keep it real here, okay? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that know some things are off, and they say, "Fuck it, let me just go pull through, and I'll take care of it later," you know. So I feel you.
I even told the promoters, like, honestly, I even told them, like, listen, I need to get my blood test done. Once everything is okay, then you can confirm. But you can already put my name on the list, you know, for some promotion. Understand, to get the fans, you know, hype. So you can put my name on the list, but I will confirm. So once if things are not okay, you have to give me the opportunity to step back. And they gave me the opportunity, so that's what I did. It was just to support the show as well, man. I knew which guys were coming to the show. I knew where I placed at Olympia. I knew I wasn't going to do much better, you understand, if these guys were coming along, you know, so.
I think if you would have brought your best, I think you can compete with anybody that was at the Arnold, any single one of them.
Bro, I know it's still inside. I just haven't, honestly, you know, I just haven't, like, every time I know what's going on. I know what's up with me. I know it since 2020. I know what's up. Every time every time I messed up the last week, I know that.
You can curse here. This is a podcast. We can do whatever we want to say.
Okay. Yeah. So I know what went wrong, you know, but it's like each time, I let I just follow the plan. And sometimes, you need to go like, hey, this didn't work for me. Let me take, how you say that, let me go on my own. You understand? Like, but it's just your mind is playing tricks with you at that time. Your coach tell you to do that, and you feel like, no, maybe if I do this, it can go the same way like it went last time with me. You understand? And I know like certain things is not for me.
Do you think you can prep yourself like that?
Oh, I can prep myself. It's just like the last week, like I said, your mind is playing, my mind will play tricks with me the last week. So that's why like I'd rather give it to someone, but I know what's going on. But all I need to do is like someone to hold me back. Like, hey, William, don't do that. You understand? I know like it's the last week, bro. I have pictures. I look at the picture, I'm like, damn, we should go on stage right now. You understand? And then I'm like, why can we go with the same look on stage? Why do we need to do all those protocols like everyone else does? It doesn't work for me. I've seen that. It worked before, but it doesn't work for me.
Milos, what do you say? Come on.
Yeah, okay, I want to jump in. I just want to hear his whole story because I follow William for a long time. I mean, when you were lightweight, 212, and then 2013 you started to open, and 2014 I remember you in Australia looking crazy. I don't think you won. I think you play second or something, but looking crazy. I mean, and then you won 10 shows. I mean, IBB pro champion 10 times, winning Arnold Classic, the second at Olympia. Jesus Christ. I mean, you're a premier bodybuilder. One time I've seen you backstage, I think it was 2018 Arnold Classic, and you were just eating your regular meals. I mean, this is what I call maintenance meal, right? And this is what I like. I don't like this last minute fucking do something. And you were just eating your rice, chicken, and I even think that you had some vegetables, which I was a little surprised. You had some greens, it was backstage, and you look tremendous. I mean, yeah, that's after you won Arnold Classic, and then you play second, I think, to Rolly Winkler in that show. Yeah.
Yes,
Australia. Everybody always knew since you came on the scene, you come rock hard. You come, full. Striations upon striation. I mean, this is what you're known for. That when Regan touching your biceps.
I don't think that William gets fat in off season. He's in shape all year.
Yeah, but you remember when we were talking to Chad about it?
He must be the easiest guy to prep.
Okay, yeah, but we're saying, William, we were talking to Chad in preparation for the Olympia, right? And he was telling us how, you're the biggest you've ever been in off season, and you've been eating and all that stuff, right? So we were all kind of expecting if William comes a rock hard like he was a 2022 Arnold Classic, that everybody believes you beat Brandon. I mean, they just gave it to him. So if you came improved and just slightly bigger, for me, if I'm a judge looking at your physique, you only need to expand a little bit to be a little bit wider, because you have that thickness, you have the muscle quality, striations, hardness, you get crazy, super strong poses. You just need to create the illusion of a little width. So with Chad saying that you're bigger than ever, and then Dennis, you said you saw him guest posing in Germany, going into the show like, oh man, I mean, you can win. And any given day, you're one of those guys that can still win, which brings me to that point, like you didn't do very well at Olympia, then you did Arnold Classic, you couldn't really go all out on supplements. You told Arnold you want to support his show, but not really knowing that you're going to be at your best. My question is, what is going to be your next? I mean, I know that you're 40 years of age now, right? So
almost 41 in May. 41.
41. Oh, okay.
When's your birthday? When is your birthday in May?
18th of May.
May.
Okay. Yes. You're not a Gemini.
It's coming up. So what is your next? Because now when you say all that stuff, like you look at the pictures, you didn't like it. You didn't lose your body. Your body is still there. That's still William Bonac that we all know and respect, right? So it's just that, okay, put it together one more time, don't, like you said, risk anything. Cruise into the show, do your everyday thing. If you look good week out, eating and drinking and salting and whatever, it's not really necessary. I mean, I am guilty of, you see, to say this to everybody that listens. For me, this is elite level, and some guys, if you can create some super compensation, a little bit more illusion of appearance, right?
Yeah.
Which I did with myself. Many times when they see me, oh, you don't look so big. Yeah, I made myself look bigger on the stage with my protocols. I did that. So, for example, Dennis James, right? Dennis is absolute freak. Nobody saw him at the gym. I'm watching him. He does a little bit of chest, and chest is boom. Most muscular, fucking triceps, chest, shoulders. Everything's happening, right? Like, oh, and that was era that he was competing with Chris Cormier, flawless, symmetrical, right? Pinto beater, you know? No, but see, so how can we beat Chris Cormier, right? So with Dennis, okay, going against Ronnie and Chris at the Arnold Classic, he can overwhelm Chris with the fucking size and the fullness, right? And he can be that, whoa, shit. So for us, when we look at you, you have that super striated muscle that everybody loves and respect. You just need to come in there, not trying last week, a little bit, this, a little bit. It's pointless for you.
Yeah.
It's because you already have that shit going on, right?
Yeah, I know. That's what been is going on since 2020.
If he would have walked in like he looked 3 weeks out at the guest posing, just maybe cut the water a little bit.
Yeah,
he would have been really, really, really impressive.
Yeah. But
I was so impressed. I was so impressed. I'm not even going front. I was so impressed. I told William, I said, man, can you imagine, man, you can win the fucking Olympia and then retire on stage.
Yeah, wow.
Remember we had that conversation?
Yeah, you never know. We still got some years left.
Shit? Yeah, I'm telling you.
But Dennis, if you win the Olympia and 400,000 and you're not gonna want to go for another year. I mean, shit.
Well, an athlete. I'm just saying, there's nothing better than retiring
with winning. Yes, exactly. Yeah, man,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's different if you're MILOS. It's
you
different
need to know when to stop, man. Yeah.
It's different if you're 25, and you got, but if you're in your 40s, 40 or 40s, that's the perfect end.
But when you're training for a show and you get the water's flowing through your body, everything's going right, the muscle is pushing against the skin, striated, and then you change a lot of shit on top of it. That's what screws with your mind.
True.
I mean, shit.
I mean, just one of the ideas that okay. So if you have a prejudging, okay, Olympia is a goddamn Friday night, right? I don't like that.
The Arnold now too. The Arnold too. Friday and Saturday.
Yes,
no.
both. Yeah.
I'm not the big fan of that shit. I mean, keep it at noon on Saturday, like it's supposed to be.
That used to be the best.
It's just like okay, having a football soccer match, and Friday we do the first half, and Saturday we do the and boxing or something. Okay,
a tournament. But
but it's like Olympia. I understand that the need for, but what I was going. Okay, so let's say Friday 7 p.m. So 2 weeks out. You try for Friday 7 p.m. to do your photo shoot or something, just a test. You're gonna do identical things, which you're gonna replicate 2 weeks later for the show, and just see. Okay, Friday 7 p.m. 2 weeks out. Ooh, I'm kind of flatter. Okay, I could have eaten more. Ooh, I'm kind of whatever, watery. I need to. People don't like to use diuretics. Here and there.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
Do you use it?
I use it, but I shouldn't.
People always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn day. If I can have hundreds of hours back, I'm gonna grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta.
And
But you see, that's why
yeah.
on a Friday, 2 weeks out, if you don't use it, then you look perfect. Why on earth would you take them on 2 weeks later? You know what I mean? So this is really how it is. So now educated guess. Now you have a more information how your body is going to respond. But if you're just waiting, okay, I hope to God on Friday 7, you know, I'm going to take this and take that, and then I mean, we've been guilty. I screwed up with Dennis so many times, and because you know, of course, I love Dennis. I want so badly. Ooh, I can do just a little bit more. Shit, you know what I mean? So play it safe. Yeah, but so what is your next show? That's what everybody want to know.
This year, like you know, I'm not gonna do. I don't want to do a show this year. I've like you know, friend of mine. Then you know, he convinced me to you know, to like right now I'm just trying to stay healthy. You know, clean myself up, enjoy my family as well, and then focus for next year more. You know, just to give the body the rest that is needed. And then come back another 2 more years, see how it goes, and then say goodbye, man, to my fans. You know, I want to have the opportunity to at least say goodbye on stage. Understand, to mention, hey, this is my last show. Unlike what happened with Rudy, because I know he really feels bad about that. You know, that he didn't get the opportunity to say goodbye. So I don't want to go out like that. You know. So but next,
so Rudy, he's not gonna try to come back. He's just gonna walk, just keep it moving.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna try to come back. With the feeling that I get from him is like that he's good with, you know, like if I was in his shoes, why would I wouldn't want to come back after 2 years gone, you know. I think 2 years, right? Yeah, so it's too long.
He's done everything. I mean, he was gone before and then came back 2 years ago. Yeah. And Rudy did everything he wanted to do. I mean, he placed as high as third. Was it third or second even?
Third.
So come on. I mean, he has, you know, the only thing that I can understand him feeling bad about is that he didn't get a chance to say bye to his fans off stage. Yeah. And this is like, you know, Chris, you'll probably feel the same. And, you know, even though it's been that long, because I know Flex feels that way. He didn't get a chance, you know, to really retire, which he basically did then after he came back for the Classic. But that's not how you want to go out.
No.
So you don't want to go out.
Don't feel good.
So I feel Rolly on that. So and I understand, you know, you're only 40. So you're gonna be 41. That's not old in now.
No, I still can go. Like I told you, you know, like when it comes to certain things, like I'm a chicken. You know, when it comes to like, you know, certain things that I know, like, hey, it can, you know, harm me, I'm a chicken. You understand? Because I don't think about myself only, you know, but I know I can go like another next 5 years, but I wouldn't even do that. I give myself like 3 more years and I'm good, you know, and those 3 years have to be worth it, you know, like, you know, if I see like, hey, I go there, I put all my best, you know, all my effort into it, and I still place out of the top 6 or top 10, then I'll be like, okay, you know, I get your point.
Did you put a plan on the horizon to, let's say, that you already told yourself, I'm going to take this year off completely?
Yes, this I wanted to do this even last year, you know. I wanted to do even this last year, and to my surprise, I played second at the Arnold's, you know. So yeah,
and one Boston.
Yes, and then Chet convinced me to. I didn't even want to do the Boston. I was tired, man. I wanted to go home and, you know, enjoy my family. He told me, "Oh, it's just 1 week, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, how you want me to do?" Because, and even Dennis offered me to, you know, to stay with him, come to stay with him, because I didn't know what to do. I had no plan B, you know. So I had. And
you flew back to Holland.
Yes,
stayed a couple of days and flew back to Boston.
Yes, because everything was set. You know, I had an appointment with my wife as well to pick up the kids from school as well. So otherwise, she had to take off from job every time. You know, and that time she was new at a job, so she couldn't lose the job. You know, so and also I didn't have my stuff with me. You know, so and I'm comfortable. You know, with my own stuff. So that was the reason as well. So yeah. I went back home.
What do you think yourself, your best version ever? You know how we always pick like one contest? So what do you think is best William Bonac ever? Which show?
I like the 2019 Arnold Classic
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna
and
say
the 2022 Arnold Classic as
Yeah.
well. With condition, I would say the 2019 Mr. Olympia,
Yeah, yeah.
but I was missing size. You know, when I looked those pictures, I was like, you know, like the condition was great, but I was missing some size.
That's when your leg was down a little bit.
Yes, yes,
training
yes,
the train legs.
yes,
Yeah, I remember
yes.
that.
So you brought up the legs back again because
Yeah.
yeah, legs were down and then you managed it. And I think you fixed the midsection as well. You know, so
Yeah, to our surprise, you know, Chet came with some, you know, tricks and we did it and it helped, you know, because that was my main problem, you know. So we practice, and like in the beginning, you know, it's like when I start getting into shape, then you start seeing like, you know, my midsection really good, you know. And before that time, because like 6 weeks out, I showed, I think on Instagram, I showed some pictures from 6-7 weeks till like last 2-3 weeks or till like last week out, and you can see the difference like in a week time, you know, like big difference between my ab shots, you know. So those exercises really worked for me.
what type of tricks you talking about, William?
I'm not gonna tell you yet.
Oh, don't worry. Chris will never have abs.
I don't have more people
Chris
listening.
eats too much. He will never have abs again. He already signed.
hey Chris, did you ever train abs close to the show?
Probably not.
Did you train abs close to the show?
Chris, you.
You.
Never that.
Every other day,
Every day?
Really? So you
I
really?
did. Listen, I did for a full year. Dude, I did a full year straight every day. I done it every other day.
Wow.
But abs was one of my main things that I worked on. I had powerful abs.
What was it?
I was under the impression that you cannot have weak abs and you have strong chest, strong legs. All that shit's got to match.
I thought you had just great abs and didn't even have to fucking work for it.
Oh man.
Yeah. Sometimes because your abs, you use your abs most of the time. When you train your triceps, your abs are activated.
You
You
use your
know,
core all the time.
yeah. You know, most of the muscles that you train, you use your core as well. So, yeah, I just trained it like today, and it will take 3.
To sound cool, I think he didn't train abs like this every
But
day. He had them.
As they say, my right hand.
I think most bodybuilders don't. Until like Nick Walker is really the one that really came with that ab stuff that everybody's now focused on abs. I think before that time, most of us weren't really focused on abs. Okay, we do abs maybe once in a week, but not as focused as Nick is. Yeah.
See, I'll tell you, okay, William, and this is what I tell my guys. And this came from Sean Ray. Listen, 91, I remember when I turned pro and we talked, and, you know, we talked about the abs. And I didn't really at the time, you know, train much abs, you know, because
good abs.
Yeah, I had them,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
and he goes, hey, man, when you have something good and freaky, make it even better and freakier. And I say, that makes a point. So, like, you know, 6 weeks out of the show, I would start every workout, doesn't matter. 3 supersets of hanging leg raises and high pulley cable crunches, everything that stretches the abs, and you can create that depth when you hit the abs and you feel the, you know, glue to the stomach. So these are kind of things. It takes you 5-6 minutes, right? And then closer to the show, 4 weeks out, I would do beginning and end of the workout. You know, so I don't allocate ab day. Every day is an ab day. But you know, speaking of that, when you go to the gym, even nowadays, how many people train abs? How many people do you see?
Not many.
I don't see a lot.
I don't see either.
Yeah.
You know, and for bodybuilders, that's a center of the body. That's why, I mean, Chris Cormier, when he got the frontal leg pose and the 6 packs and then crazy, I mean, you draw your eyes to it. You know, when you glance at the lineup, you know, abs get that major attention.
That's the first thing you see when somebody steps on stage. It's a nice set of legs and a nice set of abs.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Robbie instilled that in me at a very young age. 19, 20 years old, I was working out with Robbie Robinson, and he's like dead set on that.
He had a crazy intercostals. Did
still got him.
Him and Sean Ray.
Right there, I know that oblique and serratus, all that shit.
You don't really see that no more, man. That's all gone, man.
Yeah.
You know, if someone, you know, does the side ab pose, yeah. But you don't see people from the front no more standing there relaxed, and you see the fucking abs and the intercostals and all that's like dug out. You don't see it no more.
Yeah.
Taurus muscles,
That probably is because people don't train abs like the guys used to train.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it.
And
William,
way much bigger as well as before, you know.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
have any
imagine,
injuries?
no, but imagine William being much bigger and still have the same detail.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Imagine that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would.
But do you have any injuries now?
Oh no. Like, thank God.
And how do you
Like,
train? You still train heavy?
Bro, I excuse me for this, but I train like since after the Arnold, I can count on one hand how much times I trained since after the Arnold, you know, and I haven't even reached the 5 times. So like I can go to the gym, I will, you know, have the mindset, okay, today I'm gonna kill it. I will go there, I will kill it. I will do the same thing as I did when I was in prep. And then it would take me like 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7 days to recover. So I don't even want to go no more then. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do my chest. And then, you know, a week will pass by, and then I will go and do the same muscle. So all the times that I've trained, I've done the same muscle aside from chest.
What do you think
You
different
got
though?
more workouts in at the Fibo, huh?
Yeah, and the Panata equipment. That's what.
Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
What did you
No,
say,
I was gonna
Chris?
say, what do you think you're gonna have to do different to go out like you want to go out, and you know, you're gonna want to try to improve.
Yeah.
It's fucking B. William.
Still gotta
Yeah, I'm gonna I would say duplicate the 2022 version of the Arnold. Yeah, I felt I when I was doing that
physically or diet wise?
Like everything I did that time, you know, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Yeah, I mean,
because I felt really comfortable. I felt so strong when I came to the gym. People could see the difference, you know, in me, in my face, and the way I act, you know. So yeah, I really felt comfortable with that prep. Yeah, definitely.
so you mentioned Leo and longevity, and let's give him a credit and respect and due. I do hear you said it at the Boston stage that he made a difference, and you know, I was super pleased to hear it. You see,
excuse me, let me at the Boston stage, that time was still Chet's work, but it, you know, so that was the dial-in. So 5 weeks out from the Arnold, Chet took it over.
Yeah, but you did say like he initially called you, encouraged you to
yes,
go back,
definitely.
and this is like, wow, this guy has you know, good qualities, because initially he attacked me, you know, for something like why I talk about Nasser, you know, Nasser hates me, and why I'm talking like,
bro, he would have done if you was like cool with him, and it was vice versa, he would have done the same thing for you.
Yeah, so what I want to tell you, even Dennis sent me like a link once. Hey, do you see that video that he did something about me, narcissist? I swear to God, I never even opened it. I didn't want to open it because I know if he just tried to attack me, he's going to say some shit, and then I'm going to try to respond. So soon after this, right, we actually made a peace, and we were contacting each other. He sent like hundreds of messages. He was a super nice guy, but
and I gotta say this, I listened to a lot of his stuff.
Very knowledgeable,
really smart.
Yeah, he was
super knowledgeable. Yeah,
I don't know if you learned that in school or if you just learned it off of reading books, but either way, if you learned this off of reading books, you're
yes, he do a lot of research. So like, you know, he really got into it.
He was
like, when he's helping you, like you need something, he will go and research that and then get back to you. Understand? And then he will, and that's with me. Like you can tell me everything, it will go here, it will go here out. But when you show me on papers, and that's what he did with my blood test and that kind of stuff, he showed me on papers like, listen, this is this, this is that, this is that. So that, you know, started to convince me like, hey, bro, you know, I'm not doing so bad. Because all the time I was thinking like I was like a, you know, a junkie like something, you understand, you know, overdosing shit, you know, but it wasn't even close. So
Yeah, I had like his all the messages he would you know, send. We discussed in a great detail, and I started appreciating. He was asking me about insulin and then IGF and all these kind of things, but you could see that he was not like a dumbass just asking. He researched, he knew, and then he was experimenting with it.
Yeah,
but he wanted to double confirm with me. But yeah, so I don't know exactly what happened with him. God bless his soul, but he was a good guy.
I guess
he was good heart.
I guess
What?
the what you call it, after you die, what they do,
Autopsy.
Autopsy.
back and they declared it a murder.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
that's the rumors.
Yeah, they said the place was like trashed, and then the bathroom was looking like, you know, that's like a big struggle. You can only
No
put two
overdose,
together.
there's no overdose, no suicide. It was declared a murder. So, and I know that, and from what I heard is
the FBI is on it as well.
With Tony, the guy from Enhanced.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on. I can only imagine what was going on. But now Tony left Thailand and he's in the Philippines now.
I heard about that.
Yeah. I don't know if he ran
well,
or
said everybody was following him around everywhere. That he had no privacy. Taking pictures of him.
Listen, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have no information of what's going on. All I know is that the Thai authority does not take that shit lightly. Okay. And if you have any worries or anything to worry about, you best get the fuck out. That's what you got to do. Best get the fuck out. Other than that, they're going to just take your money. They're going to take your money, and people tell you, "Oh, we're going to help you." At the end of the day, nobody's going to help. They just take your money.
What I was going is that you said, William, you felt good. You felt healthy when you were training with Leo and in prep. You said you didn't even eat that much, but your muscles were full. And I mean, so listen.
Same thing is
you should cherish. And
same thing is happening right now. Like I was forcing myself.
I found this on the web for that's experience. If your sugar in a trash can use it, check it out.
To use the
That's you. MILOS.
That was MILOS.
My Siri, I don't know, on the laptop.
I have it all the time as well. Yeah, yeah, listening with us.
Cash out then.
Yeah.
It's been secretly writing.
Excuse me.
The Milo's been secretly writing to Siri. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually after you use Siri. When we talk a few times, you always ask Siri. I was like, well, let me try this thing. I mean, it's cool, right? But I didn't even install on this laptop. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah. What I wanted to say was.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Can I go?
Yeah. Go ahead.
What I wanted to say was.
Sorry, William. It's different when you're all on Zoom. So usually in the studio I can hear better. But go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. So what I wanted to say was, like, in off season, I was forcing myself to get on a certain weight, 120 kg, and after the show, normally you have like a rebound. I didn't have that, and right now, like, I have to limit my food. Like I eat like 2 meals a day and a snack. Otherwise I will just hit the 120 and even over. So like even after the Arnold, I had like lower pain. My back was hurting me, and I didn't understand why. And I didn't weigh myself. I thought like I was. So people asked me, how much do you weigh? I thought like I was 110 kg. And then I think before the Fibo, I went to weigh myself, and I was like 116 kg. In the evening. So that shocked me. So I went to do, how you call that, the blood pressure, and I saw like, man, my weight is too high. So now even like with cardio, I do like maybe 2 times a week cardio, but then I hit. So I'm not gonna just walk. No, I'm just gonna on a speed tempo, and then like 1 minute I will run fast as possible, like 90, like about 90%, and then I will stop and then walk another 2-3 minutes, and then I will do it again. And every time I do that, I feel way much better. I breathe better. The lower back pain is gone as well. So I'm trying to keep my my weight down. And normally I have to eat like 6 meals to even get to 112 kg. And now I'm just 3 meals, and I have to stop it. Otherwise, I just go over the weight, you know.
Do you feel your blood pressure is going up when you go
It
heavy?
is up. It is up. It is up. Now I feel better, you know, with the hit, you know, but it was up. I checked it and I was over, whoa, you know, so, yeah. It is up. It's like it's the weight, you know, and that's why I don't want to get over the 115 kg. So that 120 kg, and the feedback that I got from the judges, from the Arnold and both show, was I need to get 20 pounds bigger. That's what Chet told me, what he got as feedback from the judges. I'm like, I'm gonna die if I do that. You know, so
20 pounds stage weight?
that's probably what they meant. I don't know what he meant. It can be off-season weight.
Come on. You're one of the bigger guys already when you think about
so
it.
I was like, maybe it's like, you know, I don't know what that's what he told me. So I was like, nah, man, that's not gonna happen.
Let's analyze that. I mean, okay, William, yourself, and then I'm gonna ask Chris and Dennis as well, because when I look at the body parts, shoulders and biceps and triceps and legs, chest, I mean, what do they mean 20 pounds heavier? The only the weight I see is a little bit width.
Yeah.
There is no 20
So
pounds.
they said the guys that are competing are so big now, you know, I need to gain 20 pounds at least to yeah. Otherwise I can't even compare to them.
I mean, yeah, I mean, look, we got, you know, Andrew, we got Samson, we got bigger guys now that are very symmetrical. So I get that. But I don't think that any judge could say that you should gain 20 pounds so you can compete with them. I don't think it's the 20 pounds. I just think it's a structure difference that these guys possess that you in some poses maybe don't have, especially like front lat spread, which is not your best pose. Yeah. Okay, but everybody's got a pose that is not their best pose.
That's true.
You know, so I don't think there's no, first of all, I don't think there's a chance in hell for you to gain 20 pounds of pure muscle.
Bro, I would even try.
Yeah, but the thing is, 212 competitors has been 1 and 2 in this past Olympia.
You see how crazy that is?
I think it's just how you look.
Bro, so to me, when I heard that, I was like, bro, is that just a way to tell me like, bro, don't compete no more? Or you understand?
Don't take everything as a, you know, please.
William, trust me, 3 of us, a type of people, they would tell you it's time to hang it up, focus on the family, and you know, you don't have what it got. I mean, you have it. It's still same William Bonac. You just say, my knock on your physique is, as Dennis said, front lat spread. So you need to get a little bit more of that expansion, V taper. You know, you have X frame, right? Because of legs and all this. But I don't know if I would do gazillion pull-ups to expand the rib cage. Pull-ups.
Okay,
for just everything, just anything that expanded, you feel woo, expansion of the rib cage, right? And then direct lat work, lat. And maybe I can't say this publicly, but there are certain things that we have to put somewhere. Someone has put it in the lats.
Yeah, those I heard that about like 5 years ago. I heard like you know, Summit Leads were doing that kind of stuff, and I was like, man, what I don't know, that's like in a, you know, that the doctor does.
Depends on what Milo is talking about. What are you talking about?
Steroids.
I know what he's talking about.
Come on,
yeah. Exactly. Okay, no, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I think that's the best spot to go anyways.
Yeah, Dennis, tell him, please.
Yeah, I didn't want to put my stuff in the ass. I stopped at years before.
I never put nothing in the ass because
I put all my stuff in the side of my lats because there's no striations that people want to see, but it creates an extra flare that was there, man. You can't help. Yes.
I just like what you're telling me. I heard that like I think 5 years or even later. I don't know if it was 2015. I heard some guys were doing it, and one guy, he got like, I call it up. Yes, he got it in his back.
Listen, William, if you take a back shot, you can get that abscess anywhere in your body. It doesn't matter where you do it. If you got bad shit or dirty needle, you can
that's
you
true.
make sure you do it the right way. And another good thing is, and this is what kept me from doing what I was supposed to do. I always did less because you can't do it by yourself unless you have someone to do it for you. You can't.
I don't even in my ass. I don't do it by myself, brother. Bro, Man, I always fight with my
But I
wife.
tell
with this
you,
stuff,
William,
bro.
I tell you, that gave me that, you know, you had your lats, you got that right under the shoulder.
Right under the shoulder.
You
Yeah,
know,
you
it
should,
looks like you got this crazy
you,
fucking.
you got my number, so we're gonna talk about it. So
Yes,
yeah.
I'm not serious. I mean, this is if I would be advising you and saying, can it make a difference? Dennis is a prime example. I've seen
You
it
don't
with
have
my
to
own
worry
eyes.
about- Right, you don't have to worry about losing your striations in the glutes. You
Yeah.
don't have to worry about using striations in the shoulders. You know,
Yeah.
you just leave those areas alone.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why
Wow.
we don't see.
But you need to
glutes
know
all the way up no more.
but
Huh?
you need to know exactly which point, because there are a lot of
Listen,
nerves.
your lats is, William, especially yours. Your
Mhm.
lats is the size of this. From
Yeah,
the side, you got way more room than in the ass. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
even
yeah.
go wrong.
Yeah.
You got this much muscle. It's
Look
like
at me, let's-
all full of muscle. I taught my wife how to do it. She did it for me.
Yeah. I
She
believe you,
never,
bro.
she never done an injection in her life. I said, you can't go wrong. Just stick it in
Bro,
there.
we fight every time I have to put an injection. We fight, we fight like it's wrong. It's not no. It's not every time. And then especially
Only thing you
when
gotta
I'm
do,
coughing.
you gotta rotate back and forth. You
Yeah.
know, don't put it on one side for 4 months, or you just go back and forth so it's
Yeah.
equal. And
Yeah,
it gets,
yeah,
you create a little scar tissue, but that scar tissue looks good in the lats. Trust me.
Yeah.
And when I didn't want to, it took me like 2 hours to do my first shot.
Bro,
I was like, I was sweating. I was sweating in the bathroom, bro. It took me about 2 hours. And I was like, and the time that happened, must have hit a vein or something, just blood shot.
the blood
Oh yeah.
coming out
I
like
was
this.
like, holy shit. I was like, I knew it. I knew it was a bad thing.
Hey, do you
I knew
remember?
it.
Because I just heard in a theory how you do it, but nobody showed me. So say, okay, let me put the 2 mirrors, right? 2
Yeah.
mirrors, and I'm gonna just stick in my ass, right? And I'm looking in the mirror, and just when I'm about to put it, you squeeze your ass and it bounces off. And it's like fucking bleeds all over the place. I had like a 5 bleeding, like
Yeah.
a waterfall.
And
Until
what
finally
about if you can reach it? One of my first time I was living alone, renting a room at a woman's place, and I had to do it by myself. That time, I was separated, and I couldn't reach it well. So I put it, and then I would look for the closet, and then put the thing against the closet so it will pull it in. Yeah, because I couldn't reach it, so I will put it against the closet, and I push my my glutes against the closet so it will go in. Yeah, man. Yeah.
How many times like you cramp up and you can't really do it, and then you leave it, and it's sticking
hanging
out
in
of your
yes,
hand
yes.
for a
Oh my
while, and you
God.
walk.
What if the gut is way out here? You put it in, and then you take a couple of breaths first, and then you eat.
Yeah.
Man.
I think a lot of
But
people
yeah,
can
William,
talk about this. Yeah.
But just okay, this is a touchy subject, but think about it. You want to create local growth and increase the width. And I promise you, and Dennis is a prime example. I've seen his lats expand. I have like 5, 6 guys that can tell you that, oh my God, like it worked wonders. You have a crazy back double biceps, right?
So
Everybody
if you
knows
guys
that
just
Jesus,
tell me
right?
where exactly, if you give me like, then yes, just exactly where to put it, because I'm so I'm a chicken when it comes to this, bro. Yeah.
Okay, Dennis, if you remember this, you were the one telling me how to do it. So here it is. I'm gonna tell you. Dennis, sit down and then put this out like this on the tie.
Yeah.
Are we doing this?
Wow. I can't do that, man, bro.
That was Dennis's instructions, right?
Yeah. Somebody gotta do it for me. I can't, man.
No, you can't do it. You can't do it yourself. I mean, there's crazy guys that do it themselves.
Yes, you
But
can.
I would always
Yes, you
use someone. I
can.
cannot do it myself.
You could do it yourself.
Milos,
Oh,
Milos,
man.
when I was in California the last couple of weeks or months, Milos, because he knew I wasn't going to do it. Sometimes sewed up just to give it to me.
To make sure.
I'm missing shots left and right.
Yes.
So I would count how many apples are there. It's supposed to, and I see there's the same number. Okay, let me do it for you.
But don't we all agree that this is, you know, even though we all have to do it or had to, it's the worst time.
The worst time of that's bro. I
Of
agree
the whole
to
season is
1000%.
you have to do this shit almost on a daily.
You know, and then you
wait
ask
for this
yourself, like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? And every time you know you're gonna take that shit, you're gonna cough, you know, like for at least 2-3 minutes, and you still like you fucked up. You be like, next, I won't do this anymore. 2 days later, you back at it again, you know. So crazy, man. Yeah,
That's why I
now,
couldn't wait to be over with. I couldn't wait. That was for me. This was the prime time.
yeah, maybe you guys also have like when you put like with a trend that you cough
And trend cough, yeah.
every time,
Yeah.
or just like a few times.
If it hit a vein or something like that, it will definitely get it.
I had it maybe twice in my whole career, twice.
I had
For
it
me
like
also, 2 or 3 times, yeah. But
Some people are sensitive to trend and they get it every time.
yeah, I get it every time, bro. Like maybe like let's
Sensitive.
say yes, you know, like
would
almost
suck.
every time. Let me say it like that.
Like me right now, I can't
okay.
talk without coffee.
That would suck.
Yeah,
you should make a lesser amount and more frequently. So mix it with the other shit.
yeah, that's
You know,
what
so
I
you
do.
don't-
That's and even then, but
Even
now I
then.
found out. Yes, now I found out. So actually, the last prep, you know, with the Arnold, I found out because that was the reason why I just wanted to stop the whole thing. And I found out like first I thought my wife was like, you know, doing it wrong, you know, and then now I found out like if I put it out, you know, and I leave it like 10-15 minutes and then I take it, I don't cough. But when I take it out and I put it like immediately, I cough.
That's interesting. I never heard that. That's good.
Yeah. That's what I've tried. Like, so now I take it,
Take it out.
I'll
Was
put
it
it
in
down.
the fridge? Was it in the fridge, or you mean just
No.
Just,
No, it's not in the fridge. I never put it in the fridge. Just if you take it out of the ampoule,
so
you
it's
know,
the same temperature. There's no temperature.
no, there's no temperature difference. No, I take it out of the ampoule. I was even thinking about like, okay, maybe I should take this one first, this one first, this one first, and this one first. So I was even, you know, doing it all, you know, like changing it differently, you know, to see what will happen. And everything was like, yes, different combination, you know, like everything was still the same, coughing, like really badly. I have to open the door to catch fresh air.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
Like I'm like choking, you know. So I was like, this is not good. And I even told my coach about it. And then I was like, okay, let me try this. So I take it out. No, I even forgot it one time. I took it out. I left it. I went to do my stuff, came back like 30 minutes later, and I took it. No cough. So I was like, you know, what happened? What did I do different? So the 2 days later, I did the same thing. I didn't cough. So since then, I'm doing it that way. I just put it in, leave it 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. I don't know, but it helps.
Yeah, but if it helps,
bro.
do it, of course. But I'm thinking, what's the difference if it's in the vial or in the syringe?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, fuck, let's not jinx it. Let's not talk about it.
That's because this is probably not the topic we should discuss openly, right?
Oh yeah,
but
true.
really,
Why not?
yeah, but that's probably information some other people that have the cough can use it. Try it.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be putting that stuff on top of the table for like 30 minutes.
If it helps, why not, bro?
If it helps,
It's
well,
a
yeah,
terrible
maybe it helps
feeling.
others.
Yeah, it's a
No.
terrible feeling, brother.
Oh man, I had it twice.
Yeah,
you
William,
know.
okay. As you mentioned the steroids, how many years did you train without it?
My whole, I think my whole amateur career. Yeah.
7, 10 years?
Yeah. Let's say my firstborn, he got 13 this year. So let's say 12 years.
Yeah. Because you know, I mean, I did 7 years before I touched it. The first 7 years it was with nothing, right?
Oh
Nowadays,
no, I trained with like my whole, like since I started when I was 27, 28. So I was a latecomer. Yeah, I was a very latecomer. Yeah. So all the time that I was training with you, Chris, I was clean, man, and I couldn't understand. Like I was training with Chris, you know, and I was like, I'm lifting heavier than him. You know, the time Wonder, you know, let you come to Holland.
Yes, yeah.
And he was a professional, you know. I was like, okay, skinny guy, not skinny, but you know, not like him. Like, and I was like, man, I can lift heavier than this guy, but how come this guy is so big and I'm so tiny? You know, so I didn't understand his stuff. I didn't even know what was going on. You know, I trained with Jay Cutler, same thing. I think with Chris and with Victor Martinez as well. And I couldn't understand why these guys are so big. And I could lift like similar weight with them. And later on, you know, I started to get it, you know, when Ruli came up, I started learning about this stuff from Monda. Yeah, because I didn't, that time that he knew me, I didn't know nothing about it. Yeah.
That's when you first started, when it was in Amsterdam?
Yeah. I didn't know nothing about it, bro. Yeah.
But there you can see those great African genetics, man. And you can't, there's no way around it.
Were you born there? Where were you born?
Yeah, Ghana. I was born there to the age of 5. At the age of 5, I came to the Netherlands. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know, it wasn't it because your mom punished you and sent you over there? No, she sent you back.
Yeah, she sent me back when I was, I think, 12 years old until I got 30. And then I got back and I was like, okay, because they kind of tricked me into it. You know, like, oh, you're going on a vacation. Look at
a vacation. You're like, okay. You're gonna get to the motherland.
When I came back, you know, I was after a year, I was still angry. It was because of my grandmother. I was doing very bad. Yeah, I was doing bad over there. I was so pissed a year long. So my grandmother lied to my mother, like, I'm doing good. She should come and take me again. So my mom did that after 11 months. And then when I came back, after 2 weeks, I got kicked out of school again for beating the head, for beating the principal. Yeah. Oh, so I wanted to pay my mom back. I was like, okay.
You didn't beat the teacher. You went straight to the principal and whooped his ass.
Because he was the one convincing my mother that no other school would take me. You know, so I was like, okay, if no other school would take me, I might as well beat your ass as well, you know. So I beat him and I got out of there. Yeah, because I was like, it's your fault. No other school wants me. So I beat the shit out of him.
Really mad.
Yeah. And that was not the first time. It was not the first time I did that. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, William was a little bit of a wild one. I mean, didn't you get shot and left the hospital after 1 day or so?
Yeah, I heard the whole story.
Yeah. After I got shot on Friday.
I haven't heard this.
Left the hospital on Sunday. I suppose they wanted to get money out of my mother. They told me I couldn't walk. I should do revalidation for another 7 months to 8 months or something like that. And I told, no, I was shot in my actually in my ribs, you know, next to my heart. Yeah.
How to take you out?
Yeah, they were close to it, you know, but thank God it didn't happen, man.
You training at that time?
No, that time I was more, you know, street,
thugging.
You know, yeah, just, you know, fighting. And,
Thugging. They call it thugging.
Yeah.
Bullying.
Bullying the bully. I see those tattoos, man. You don't get them tats for nothing. Shit.
I think my phone is talking as well.
Yeah,
let me okay.
So William, when you look at the crop of guys right now,
yes,
in the last lineup, the Arnold, what do you see happening in the future? Your expert opinion is what I'm asking for right now.
Yeah. So excuse me, last one?
Not as a competitor, but an expert. What do you see? Is there going to be a change of guard? Is Hardy someone who can repeat, or is there someone that's
I think definitely Hardy can repeat it. Definitely. I think like like as you see, you know, a lot of 2-on-2 guys are doing very good in the open class. You know, that's something that I've noticed. They are doing extremely good. Maybe because they don't look so big as Big Ramy, those, you know, mass monsters. I think they're trying to go away from that. And not to say the little guys, understand? I try to, and I also see also that they are rewarding also the taller guys, the few taller guys that we have with a beautiful aesthetic, you know, and that's a good thing as well. No bloated guts, you know. So yeah, that's what I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you
so
competed with Hardy many times, right?
Excuse me?
You competed with Hardy many times, and
Yes.
we are close. I mean, we
Yeah.
see him on the stage, and he's ripped to pieces.
Yes,
But how
definitely.
how you guys backstage, you see more than we do. When you
Yeah.
see Hardy, he is the next level, right? The next
He's
level.
next level. This guy will, like, you know, even with the pump up, he will when he start pumping up, you know, then he will come alive, you know, and then the more he pumps up, you know, the freakier he gets, you know. So yeah, and I think, like, honestly, last year or the year before, the Olympia that he didn't won, he looked way better. If he came, like, even with that shape, like, even now, it wasn't even his best shape, and he won it. So I'm sure he's gonna take it another title, you know, if he brings the condition that he brought the year before. Yeah.
Yeah. Can Brandon Curry still fight for the title?
Brendan is my dude, man. You know, I
know.
hope so. I hope for him that he can fight for the title. Like, the direction that they are going is, like, I think, like, I don't think so.
Yeah, he's gonna have to show some lines, dude. He's gotta,
Yeah.
gotta improve the lines in the body. I don't know if he can at this age or at this
No, but
time.
because if he does that, he will lose the size. Then he doesn't look so impressive like we, you know, are used to him. So
This seems like
they have to play the size game a little bit, because when he, you know, dial in too much, he will lose the size of his legs again. You know, so that's his problem.
How does a Brandon motivate himself now, knowing that there's these newer guys that have fantastic shape, knowing that he dropped from second a couple of years in a row to what did he get? Fourth or fifth? Fourth.
Fourth, yeah.
So how does he motivate himself to keep going? Because he's also, isn't he 40 now, or in his 40s?
Yeah, yes. I think 40 or 39 or soon to be 40. No,
Yeah.
he's 40. He's now 40 as well.
How does he motivate himself and convince himself that he still got it, he can still beat these guys?
But you know how that is when you have the body like he does. We all appreciate his shape. We all love that
structure.
lats, front double biceps, front lat spread, Jesus Christ, right? And from back, side chest, side triceps, excellent, right? He is missing, as William said, a front view of the legs. Side view is good, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
front
definitely.
view, yeah. So
Hanging.
the front quad's the meat and potatoes of a leg, though.
you have to
That's
have
why I'm saying this. That's why I'm asking the question. How does a Brandon Curry motivates himself? Because I mean, it's no secret that he's been trying to bring up his legs for how many years now.
Yes, true.
So we can probably all agree that that's not going to happen. He's not going to come with legs like fucking Samson.
No.
Okay, so he can do two things. He can either stay full
Mhm.
and have less lines,
Mhm.
or he can come in peeled and lose the legs even more.
I think he will choose for the first one.
Yeah.
His coach as well. If I was his coach, I wouldn't let him come in, you know, like, you know, dialed in, and then, you know, you see then that you can see the difference of the proportion. Now, I would have him the way he was doing good all the years. It's a different lineup now. Yeah.
Milos, can Brandon win the Olympia?
I think I love his physique. I mean, really, I love his shape. So, okay, but here, if you see
the table,
he's not gonna have a twist for years.
That was a straight question. Yes or
Who
no?
wanted to set the table?
No, seriously, I think he still can. You know, if he brings his.
Oh, that's a yes.
What?
Well, that's a yes.
So yes.
Yes, I think so. I mean, seriously,
So
why on earth would I say that he cannot win? It's a beautiful physique, you know, thickness, roundness, you know, strong poses. I mean, his all mandatory poses are strong, you know, when you think about it. You know, yeah.
I'm not asking the questions because
I think he can still do it. But listen,
I'm just asking the questions to create a conversation. So, so put Samson next to Brandon. Who wins?
see, when you know, Samson lost to Brandon when
No,
William
but that was before the Arnold now. So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
put it next to each other.
I thought that he could have beat him in last two shows too, but he
Okay,
didn't.
one more time.
You know,
And
but I
Brandon
would be,
beat-
I
and
would be
Brandon
a,
beat Samson.
I think, to be honest, I will answer that for you. The Brandon that we see now,
Yeah.
I don't think the Samson that we saw recently at Arnold, it would be close to them, but I still would give it to Samson.
listen, I'm going with Samson, you know, to win the Olympia. I mean, this is the plan,
Well, how
right?
is Brandon going to win the Olympia if you're going with Samson?
Yeah, well, but hey, listen, on any given day, it's not like night and day difference. There's these kind of differences. I mean, listen, Chris Cormier never won the Olympia or Arnold Classic, but he was there so many times that I say, oh, if they really considered him, you know, it would be a different story. Think about Ronnie Coleman, seriously. All they said 95, 96, 97, you know, it was still magnificent body, but they didn't
Yes.
really see him. And then once they saw him in the 97 Russian Grand Prix and 98, this was it. Jay Cutler, initially, he was placing, you know, nowhere, you know, until 2001. And then once they saw him 2001, now all of a sudden, yeah, he is the guy. So for Samson, for some reason, they didn't really see him exactly. I thought he could have been compared with William and Brandon at the 2022 Arnold. I mean, listen, not that he would maybe beat them, but he deserved the comparison. But they didn't give him comparison, right?
But the thing is though, Milos, he improved a hell of a lot.
Yeah, but again, you see the things that I was saying before. Few chances of a few more comparisons should be allowed. Just give them a chance. Let us see you next to somebody and then judge. You know, this is how I see it. So yeah, Chris, I really think that you had that uncrowned Mr. Olympia, that you had everything combination of, but again, you just, you know, never timed it perfectly. Except the 99 Olympia. I think the 99 Olympia was your best ever. You could have clearly been second. And there's actually argument. If you go pose by pose with Ronnie, there are some purists that would maybe see you win.
And that would have been great. Just depending on how you judge it.
I don't hear you.
Different question for you guys. Who has the best shape out of the whole lineup?
Is this mute?
No.
Did you mute Milos?
Okay, if you insist. I could while away the hours, conferring with the
Milos.
Yeah,
That's the best
Okay.
shape.
Right now, out of the whole lineup, who has the best symmetry?
Symmetry. Just symmetry,
Proportion
right?
overall package. Who has the best package? I'm gonna start with you, Chris.
Symmetry, I mean, it's gotta be
Full package.
full package.
But what do you consider by symmetry?
Symmetry
Just
proportion.
like quarter turns? Quarter
The
turns?
total story. Just the
Quarter
total.
turns?
Okay,
I'm not
shape.
talking about no quarter turns or poses. I'm talking about right now when you think about who is the most symmetrical proportioned guy in the lineup. Let's not hit him pose by pose because then
I
you
would
can
say
switch.
right now, Samson, right now.
I said my
William.
guy.
Yeah.
Samson.
I will say I will go for Samson and Andrew, and also Derek as well. Derek for like I don't know. Derek really impressed me. You know, like especially you know like on stage, like not as much as that he did impress me when he was guest posting.
See, here's the
But,
thing.
I mean,
He was better. He was better. It showed his body when he guest posed at
Was-
that
Yes,
Pittsburgh
he was
show.
fuller, bigger.
He died for the show.
Yeah.
it desecrated his quads, it desecrated most of his
True.
body. Everything just
True.
went down, down, down.
True.
And
So
he
if it,
wasn't, and he never hit his peak yet.
yeah.
That's the funny
So
part.
if I had to choose,
But you have-
and seeing Derek, like, you know, not seeing Derek at Olympia, but at the guest posting, I would go for Derek.
Yeah, but
So
you
now
can't
if-
go for Derek
now
because
think about-
he didn't show
Yes,
up like that.
that's what I mean. So
That's what I mean.
in
I
that case,
thought about Derek also.
so in that case,
I have to answer
I
the
will
question.
I will go for Samson as well at this moment, because Andrew looked really good, symmetry, everything, but he's just not finished yet. You know, he's still missing some parts. So then I will go for Samson indeed.
The same,
No, but now-
same. Like
now-
if Derek was
But now
I
give
just-
Derek 1 year to the Olympia. Give him, he set the Arnold out. Everybody said you should do the Arnold.
right.
Yeah.
So give him 1 year. What do you think can happen?
Derek has a biggest.
He might be able to bring, he might be able to bring the size he had in Pittsburgh. but he
Oh,
could do-
Derek, if Derek is on 100%, I'll take Derek over the field.
Hmm.
But I just haven't seen it yet.
He has the biggest X frame in the V taper differential that waist to lats ratio, front relax, back relax, front double biceps, back double biceps. It's freaky. Okay. We talked about it. He doesn't have a Samson's legs, right? You know, so it's still he needs there a little bit more volume in the quads, and then he needs the detail upstairs here. Okay. From the back, he's ripped to pieces, dry to the bone, all that stuff, right? So standing next to Hadi does the most muscular, and all this is happening. You can see the difference. Hadi's crazy deep abs. He can expose Derek. I think this is how Hadi won. As William said, Hadi's going to be super hard to beat. I mean, listen, 2019, 2021, he was knocking on the door, and 2022 he won. I agree with you, William. The 2021 Hadi was better version of 2022. You know, if I'm a judge and see both of them, I would probably go with 2021. But here it is. They told Hani Rambo, bring him bigger. And he can bring him bigger and sacrifice a little bit of conditioning, because he's still going to be the best condition. So you're not being judged with your condition from last year. You're still being conditioned with the condition of other guys on the stage. So you have a little freedom. Yeah. Derek, listen, he got the first place from many judges. I mean, it's not one judge. There was like 3-4 judges that gave him a first place. So this is how close. Going into the show, Derek is favorite, you know, to be, top 2.
It's going to be very interesting guest appearance in Pittsburgh this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's going to be there. Everybody knows this is where you make you create your hype for the Olympia. Nobody's going to come in off. I'm 100% convinced. Nobody's going to be fat, Nick, because you can look at Nick. Nick is still in shape. I'm sure Samson is staying in shape somewhat. And
Nick,
then,
Nick is in crazy shape. I see him like 3-4 days ago.
He should be so hyped. I'd be on. I'd just, man. I wouldn't eat a burger till next year,
bro.
What does Nick have to do? What does Nick have to do to win the Olympics? And he beat these guys if these guys are on.
Yeah, bigger legs, bigger chest, and I think his chest improved dramatically already.
Yeah, his chest got bigger.
Yeah.
It's just the legs, the sweep of the legs. Is
started down. That's when it all counts. So
That sweep.
how do you build that?
Excuse me, Dennis.
That house up.
I say that quad sweep, that could be a genetic thing, because
Yeah.
I'm sure that it's not because he's not working hard enough or he's not doing what he's supposed to.
Because from the side he looks good, from the back he looks good. It's just from the front, or maybe the stand of his leg. Maybe he should like turn it more like Brendan does, like turn it
He's
more
out
into
a
the
little bit.
inside, so you get an inner thighs.
I know, but the sweep is what I would like to see, because his legs kind of straight up and
I
down
would.
from the.
I don't know. I try to hit that. I try to utilize my legs differently in those poses, because the way he's doing it is just not helping right now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what Brendan did as well.
Hit him up and say, and help these young guys, man. What's going on?
Oh
If they
man,
would listen, if they
I
would
gotta
listen.
I would. Yeah, How much money should I dedicate to trying to do that? How much of my own money should I dedicate?
Hey, hold on. What's happening? Are you going to train Sergio Oliva?
Huh?
Last time we talked on the podcast, you were going to go to Dubai.
you going to
We gotta
Dubai or
get
not?
together though. Got to get together. He got to get
I
his.
thought you were going to go to Dubai.
Yeah.
What?
I thought you were going to go to Dubai. What happened?
I would go. It's gotta make sense money wise, you know. It's gotta make sense.
Oh, you want to get paid?
No, it's just gotta make sense for me. I can't just like, you know what I'm saying? I
So
got
you want
like,
to get paid?
Yeah, just say it how it is, bro.
it's gotta make sense. I gotta be able to live. I gotta be able to eat. I gotta be able to pay some bills.
See some snaps. You need to see
If
some
I can do
snaps.
that and maneuver throughout the world, then hey,
Hey, hold on. Where are you now? In Spain?
So you wouldn't just go there for expenses.
I'm in Marbella right now.
What?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Spain.
I'm back. Hey, you have a Dorian?
Yeah, we were there last night. I was with him. I'm in a hotel. He had his birthday party on Saturday, so
Oh, no
his
shit.
daughter and everybody's at the house right now. You know, a lot of people's at his
How long
house.
you staying there? How long you staying?
I'll leave tomorrow, actually. I leave tomorrow.
Before it's too late.
Hey, Dennis,
Bella is nice.
doesn't Chris looks too sharp for being out in Marbella with Dorian? I mean,
I don't think they were out like that. Were you guys?
What?
Were you out? I mean, he fell asleep on us earlier. I mean, he was still out.
No, I wasn't out with them. Man, we went out to eat and, you know, chopped
He's
it up.
he's a little more quiet now too, right?
Yeah, he's actually going to get a stem cell treatment on Saturday.
Where is he going for that?
He's going to Medellin, Colombia.
Yeah, I'm going.
Colombia.
I had my last consultation, and I'm setting up a date now. I'm probably going in at the beginning.
good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do mine too. I haven't filled out the papers yet, but I got it on my email ready
All
to
right,
go.
man, you got to do it, man, because it's a process. It's not like, okay, I'm coming. No, everything.
I know. I saw that shit. I gotta fill out. I got like, oh,
Yeah, but get it done, man. Trust me, I'm going.
I like that tedious stuff that kills me. Sometimes I gotta do it though. But damn, it's so tedious. All of that shit. All
I mean,
that.
I'm going to stay a whole week. It's from Sunday to Sunday. They're going to do
Right.
everything. You know, IV, the hyperbaric chamber. I mean, everything.
Yeah,
Full
everything.
fucking service.
Awesome.
So what do you need fixed? Shoulders, knees?
Who?
You?
He's back.
Me?
Yeah. Well,
Neck.
what do you do stem cells? Where?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm doing the IV for overall, and then maybe a little
Overall.
bit my wrist,
Systematic.
maybe my lower back. But I want it mostly for my inflammation level that's high because of my autoimmune disease.
Huh?
You know? And I'm I don't mind staying like this for another 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it's just overall health, bro.
yeah. 100 kilos, man. 220, huh?
Well, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back to 107, and by the time we get home, and she's gonna start to cut. I'm gonna be back. As soon as I start feeling good, normal again, and I can eat. And I'll eat.
Hey,
What are you eating right now? What
Quark?
Huh?
Do you eat quark?
Liquid,
No,
liquid.
I had yogurt. No, I eat. I had a couple of slices of pizza earlier, but I have appetite again. Not as
Yeah.
much as before, but I can eat again. So I just eat whatever.
Hey, listen. How about milk rice from a German?
I
That's
like
a breakfast.
with the whipped cream. The soda pudding.
I tell you, the milk rice, and then when I was there, I heard that Andreas Munzer was eating like half kilo of quark every day.
Quark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, quark. Now,
I too. Me too.
now,
Yeah,
quark. Now, Greek yogurt is the better quark. It's the same shit. It's
No,
better.
but Greek yogurt is much more fat and less protein. When you
No,
look
you
at
can get fat-free Greek yogurt,
And it doesn't taste
high
as nice
protein.
as quark.
huh?
Greek yogurt doesn't taste as nice as quark.
Yeah, for me,
I believe Greek yogurt tastes better. I think for me, listen, I even
Yeah.
switched from quark to Greek yogurt when I bake a cheesecake.
Mm,
Really?
yeah.
Maybe a
I
little
think
bit.
quark you have different tastes,
yeah, me too.
Yogurt, yeah.
Yeah, when I
I
go to
guarantee you, they have Greek yogurt here, like the fage.
Mhm.
I throw it in your plate and tell you it's quark. You would never know it's not quark.
Okay. I don't know.
This is
I would know too.
this is consistent. Trust me, Milos. Go to the supermarket in Vegas. Fage, Fage,
Yeah,
and get Greek yogurt.
I use that when it's not the same, it's not the same. But you can't discuss about the taste. But now that you're talking about, I remember Amsterdam, William, 2002, right? We went to Amsterdam, and there was I go with Chris. I don't know nothing about marijuana and all this shit. And then asking for specific. Hey, they got him like this, and there's like 15 compartments, 15 different things, right? Like,
yes,
right.
15 different flavors.
Yeah. But then I wasn't gonna smoke, but they convinced me to have a goddamn muffins, and I'm muffin.
Yeah.
And when you eat muffin as a
Space
muffin,
cake.
yeah,
hungry.
Jesus Christ, I was so out of it.
That's even worse than just smoking a joint.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I had an edible, I ate too much, and I was at a party, and I just got there, and I ate some of it, brownies or whatever. Next thing you know, I started throwing up. I spent the whole party in the bathroom throwing up, and by the time I finished throwing up, I came out, everybody was gone. I was like, damn. It's like I spent hours in the bathroom.
Dispensaries now in Phoenix where you can get like these gummy bears. They 5 milligrams each, and for me 10 milligrams is perfect. It's not much, but it's perfect for me to just doze off if I want to sleep, or just not going crazy. Because the problem is with those muffins and those brownies back in the days, homemade, you never know how much is in there. And
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Eat that shit and you fucking space out.
Yeah, you will space out from those cakes. That's the intention of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
do you live in Amsterdam or you live outside?
I live like, let's say Schiphol, Amsterdam. I live like Hoofddorp. Hoofddorp is like, it's like a village. It's like a city around Schiphol. So, but it's not around, in Schiphol, in the middle of Schiphol. So Schiphol is that big, and we are just
when you say Schiphol, is that where the airport is?
Yes, that's where the airport is. So we see the planes going up and landing. So this was before the village, and now it has turned into a city. Understand?
So if you want to go to Amsterdam, where the shit's happening, like let's say, it
will be like 20 minutes with a car drive, 15 to 20 minutes with a car drive, 20 minutes over in the daytime, 15 minutes at night. And Schiphol Airport, if I'm going to the airport, it's like 5 to 7 minutes maximum.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah,
it's a good international airport too.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
But Amsterdam airports, right? You have a taxi service that is exclusively Tesla, right?
Yeah.
Exclusively Tesla. Yeah. I mean, I was there like 3-4 years ago, maybe 5.
Where?
In Amsterdam.
Only
Every
Tesla?
taxi is a Tesla.
Oh no, they have a lot of Teslas now because those, we are a lot of people of us, believe in the cleanup. Yeah. So, and it's not only that, we are greedy people. Let me just say it like that. We are kind of greedy people. We don't like to spend a lot of money. If we can save, we will save, even if it's like 5 cents compared to another one. So the government did a test like, okay, everybody that's using clean cars, will pay less tax. Less tax, less this, so it's more attractive for people, especially for company owners, to have a Tesla car, because it's, electric, so you pay less tax. But now they're just changing the rules again. So
there's still a lot of bicycles around that area.
A lot of bicycles, but that's most in Amsterdam. Like, like if you're living in the middle of the city, it's important to ride with a bicycle. Yeah, and for the kids,
That's all below sea level, right?
Yes, we are below sea level. We got the best dams in the world. I think USA even copied us. Yeah.
Well, William, that brings us to our end. I appreciate you making the time for us to come on.
Thank you.
Milos, Chris, thank you guys.
Great to see you.
I'm leaving tomorrow morning, going back home. I can't wait to get home.
What time you leaving?
Can imagine.
11:20.
At 8:30.
You leaving tomorrow to go back to the States?
Yeah.
So, but where you going? You're not flying from Marbella to the States. You got to go to Madrid first,
Yeah, Madrid first.
Yeah.
and then from there you got a later flight though, like late after, late morning.
It's a city. I don't know the name. It's a city outside of Marbella.
Malaga. That's where the airport is. Malaga.
Malaga. Yeah, I'm going to Malaga.
Yeah.
Just ask me, man. I'm a world globe.
All right. I forgot.
But where you going from there? You got to go somewhere else.
I got to go to Madrid, and then I'm going to go from Madrid to over there. But I'm going to be on Swiss Airlines. I was going to be on Lufthansa, but they switched
So are
it
you
up.
going from Madrid to Zurich first to Switzerland?
I'm not sure. I think
You
it's
don't
going
even know.
straight. I think
They
it's
probably
going.
got one of them fucking cheap flights, man. Like,
No, I'm business class. I'm business class because I'm a business.
I'm not talking about the class of
doing
service.
business.
16
No,
hours.
Chris, I'm not talking about the
for
class of
6
service.
hour
I'm
flight.
talking about the price of the ticket. 'Cause if you
Oh, the price.
go several stops, you save a lot of money.
No, I'm
I'm
not
going straight. I'm going straight. Frankfurt to Denver and then Denver to Phoenix.
out of there.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
William, good luck for whatever show. I
Yes.
think Arnold Classic sounds good for you. 2024 Arnold Classic.
Yes, that's what we're gonna try to do.
Hey,
Yeah,
do you?
yeah.
One more thing. Don't you think?
Oh shit.
Sorry, one more thing. Don't you think the Arnold's probably like a show that you peaked the best at is outside of the Olympia?
It's true.
Arnold.
It's winter
feel like-
time. Winter time, you know, short days, short nights,
like-
you know, so
Kind of like Chris. He had a better track record at the Arnold.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I was trying to win that damn thing, man.
Well, listen, I
Yeah.
hope
I'm
to see
just
you
in a
at the Arnold
good area,
24.
good area.
Yeah, I
Awesome,
hope to see you
brother.
at the Arnold.
Lucky.
Stay healthy, my man. Take care of
Thank you,
yourself.
brother.
That's the most
Thank you.
important thing. Health is all we have.
Yes,
And
yes.
then
Yeah.
we'll talk to you soon. Chris,
Thank you,
Ciao,
guys.
Dennis. Talk to you
Bye
soon.
Bye-bye.
You guys.
Let's fly
You
tomorrow.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.